Okay, let's take a break from gushing over Dungeon Meshi and check out another one of the anime of this season that I have been curious to get my teeth into. Mr. Villain's Day Off. Like, that's a gag manga. I don't know much about it. I haven't read the manga it's based on. That's a gag with some legs, though. Like, cause like there's lots of these like unemployed demon lord concepts for comedy manga. They're like, and serious, they've been around for a while, but what I know about this one seems interesting. So let's do a reaction to a whole ass episode of an anime, or more of a watch along. I call these reaction because that's what the YouTube search algorithm understands, but it's more of a watch along, really. So if you don't know how this works, up in the left corner, you'll see there's a timestamp. And I have the anime in front of me, the episode. And when I press play, the timestamp is going to go. And you can press play at the same time as I do, and then we're watching the episode together at the same time. And every once in a while, I'll give you a countdown, like 3, 2, 1, pause. And that's because I want to stop and I want to ramble on about something or talk about some detail that has captured my attention or whatever. And then you pause as well. And then when I'm done with whatever I'm saying, I'll go 3, 2, 1, unpause, and then we'll continue watching the episode together. That's how this works. So if you were hoping to use this video as a way to just simply watch the episode. Sorry, no, you still have to get that Crunchyroll subscription or whatever. Yeah, let's yeah, screw it. Let's just hit play. 3, 2, 1, play. Ooh, funky. Okay, Eclipse, sure. Okay, less funky. One of the things I'm interested in with this anime is the character design. Because this character has a dimensional nose. Like a nose that actually, like, exists on their face. Not as much as I'd like, maybe, but like when a character design is capable of doing that, it sparks my curiosity. So, and I'm willing to give it a shot, you know? Was that Luffy? Right, non-traditional nose shapes are kind of an easy way to get my attention when it comes to anime. So this is like a very chill anime, right? Like that's kind of the vibe. Is this is cozy shit, which I don't mind at all. Episode 1 presumably is just going to be a bunch of setup, which, you know, fair enough. Okay, I like the voice performance. Okay, 3, 2, 1, pause. So, these anime, like there's an underlying thematic current that runs through a bunch of anime and has for a while. And I'm thinking of like anime like this and all of the slow life isekai ones. Like all the ones like I was so overworked I died, and then I was reincarnated as an overpowered isekai hero, and then I made a farm or a pharmacy, or I'm just living a quiet life as a farmer. Kind of like all of those, like where it's just like where the power fantasy really and the fantasy of the thing is this thing of like just fucking getting to escape from work, please. Like, just could I live any other kind of life than one where I have to do overtime every single goddamn day to secure a shitty paycheck and go home and eat crappy food in a tiny apartment with no one there to live with, and no one there around me, no one who would care if I died. Like that's sort of an underlying power fantasy like that exists like in a lot of anime, frankly. Like even a lot of like the power fantasy isekais, like a lot of the isekais are like, yeah, I went to another world and I have all the superpowers and all the girls want to jump on my dick, yeah. Like even all of a lot of those, the below that, what I get a sense of is this is a escapist fantasy that is so desperate because like, what the fuck do you have? Like there's this implicit and unchallenged assumption that if you were reincarnated into another world, that would just be awesome. Like being in any other world than this one, fuck yeah, that would be cool, right? Like this unquestioned assumption that underlies so much. But this one is a little bit different because this is more like this guy. I'm like in my day job, I fight to exterminate humanity, and then this is the premise of the anime, right? In his off time, he's just like going around doing normal person shit, right? Like so, this too is about like that. The disconnect between who a person actually is and the overwhelming consumption of identity that a job, a career can do to a person, and like how you navigate the tension. But of course, it's a silly gag manga with comedy, and it's not that serious, sort of textually in within itself. But on the broader thematic level, it's a like that seems to me, and that's part of what caught my attention. It seems to be about navigating that tension between who I am at work, what I do in my career, and then what and who I am as a person, right? Like, which is a tension that's keenly felt by a lot of people who work in like corporate jobs, right? Like people who work at, like I imagine anyone who works for a fucking oil corporation or a weapons manufacturer, like if you work for BP or Lockheed Martin, like there must be a profound cognitive dissonance between what you are accomplishing at your work and like the human being that you are underneath, because like one of them is like, yeah, I'm working on the daily to literally destroy the world and make it a worse place, and then you go home and you have to, you know, be a person after that, which is like and that's less extreme examples, like working at some corporate accountancy firm or someone who does the taxes for celebrities so that they can dodge as much tax as possible. Like there's so many jobs where like in a small way you're contributing to making the world shittier, and you kind of have to just abstract yourself and sort of separate yourself into these two cognitively dissonant persona. Like even I get that as a YouTuber sometimes, you know. I'm not always so sure that my work is making the world a better place in any way. Anyway, back to the anime. 3, 2, 1, unpause. No! Ah, fuck! God damn it. Hang on. I hit a hotkey that reset it. Okay, so we're at 2:52 exactly. I'm gonna give you a second to set yourself to there. God damn it! I don't want to edit this fucking thing. Maybe I'll edit it. I don't know. 3, 2, 1, unpause. Nice little sort of annoying shonen protagonist design on that kid. Her? Good. Yes. Aw, little baby. No sense of direction. Good shonen protagonist. His character design is gonna get some Tumblr girlies horny. It ought to, anyway. Good character design on him too, like with the hair over the eyes. And like a long trench coat and like mostly black clothes. Because like the trench coat still makes him like dramatic and imposing when the story wants him to be, but it's also really kind of drab and boring, right? So he doesn't look like it's just good basic character design. Of course, obviously. Are we doing a little anti-capitalism there, or not? I wouldn't expect this anime to. Is he a little? Are they using the fact that he's an alien to like autism code him a little bit? Like he has special interests and like hyperfixations, and he wants particular textures in his food. nice attention to the framing and posturing of the character, like to giving him the dramatic pose, right? Because this is not a high-budget anime. By any means, but it's like, it seems to be well-directed. Yeah, no, like, seriously, this is designed to make some Tumblr girlies go insane. And I say that in an entirely non-derogatory way, by the way. That's complimentary. You should go insane for the hot character that you like. Three, two, one, pause. Right, so again, this is that thing of like, this is this genre of like slow life, sort of cozy anime thing. This focus on the simple pleasures, right? Focus on going to the zoo, seeing some cute animals that you like, going home, having a sit down, heating up the room, and then having a nice cold ice cream. Like these very simple, basic physical pleasures and the ability to take your time and just chill out doing something. That's the fantasy of these anime. And that's part of what makes them so appealing to pretty much everyone. But again, like I feel like in the context of what we know about like the horrendously stressful work culture that they have in Japan, right? Like in context of like the ways that we know like late capitalism exploits people. Like that's where the joy, that's where the fantasy comes from. In the same way that like so many isekai manga are about, like isekai fantasies are about like being the most powerful, badass, cool person in the room who everyone wants to sleep with, and you're popular, and everyone likes you. Like that's the power fantasy of those, right? Because there's an epidemic of loneliness among so many people, loneliness and feelings of worthlessness and purposelessness. And isekai offers a power fantasy that sort of doesn't fix any of that, but at least grants you like momentary relief from it. And that's the thing I sort of pay attention to with these anime is like, how do they frame the pleasures that they're looking for? How do they frame the fantasy that they're selling? Like how do they sort of contextualize it for the character? This one's interesting. Let's see where it goes. 3, 2, 1, unpause. Oh yeah, he has the yaoi neck. Yep. Nice apartment overall. Again, pay attention to how much the anime is like taking its time with certain things. I don't think I've ever done anything that slowly in the bathroom. Jesus. But again, that's part of the point. had a little bit more than just eggs and milk there, buddy. Getting the cat breed name wrong. Nice. So I requested comp time to make up for it. Oh, come on. Yeah, there's not that much to say about this at a later date. Then he's got the panda. There's not that much to say about this anime. Like, it kind of wears everything that it does on its sleeve. I like the world building, the little characterization detail that all of the art on his walls is also just like black and white patterns. That's a nice little thing to pay attention to. He wants directions again. Oh, I see. Panda cookies. I wonder if we're gonna get like a battle scene ever where they do a bunch of Sakuga. It's true. Like, you don't want to run into a colleague ever. Special interest activated. That's very good. That's something so charming about that. Like, just the basic concept of it. Okay, 3, 2, 1, pause. Okay, he's about to be in a funny situation. But so when you have like, oh, this character's an alien from another planet kind of thing, or this character's from a different world or dimension. This is something Isekai is bad at, by the way. But when you have a character who's from a different world, like kind of part of the purpose of that, narratively speaking, in any story that they appear in, usually, is to offer some kind of outsider perspective commentary on the world as it is, right? Like they don't have an intuitive understanding of why things are the way they are, and so you can use that character to examine why are things the way they are. And so you can do that humorously, you can do that seriously, there's lots of different ways to do it. This series is sort of like a little bit... Yeah, it sort of falls more in the... It's just sort of observational commentary on the way things are. It doesn't really seem to want to question it so much, as it just sort of takes a little bit of pleasure and comedy in this guy being a permanent fish out of water kind of situation, which, for what this anime is, for what the manga is, I think is probably the right choice. But, you know, maybe there was an opportunity there for something, for something a little bit more incisive, a little bit more critical. But I guess maybe if that's not what the anime is interested in, then it's not interested in it. Anyway, he's about to be mistaken for someone's daddy, which... God, even more fangirl bait. And I say this again with love because it also kind of baits me. I think that's funny too. 3, 2, 1, unpause. I've done that, by the way. I think when I was a kid, accidentally followed the wrong adult and like... Okay, I like those kids. Shameless. But you can tell, you can tell the budget is low because of how much time the anime spends, like, slowly panning over things that mostly aren't moving, right? And I like that. That's enjoyable. Dropped ice cream. Oh no. Is there not an employee at that lost child? That's adorable. That's adorable. He's like sitting there being like, okay, I like that. I like the darkness of that. That he's like actively plotting to kill them as well while he's... And of course, they are secretly rangers or something. Yes, they were fucking with him. Good. I like that they were fucking with him. That's good. Yeah. I like the darkness there. That he's like, I will remember the warmth of your heads under my hands because I am planning to murder you. Like, that's funny. That's good. If it leans into that darkness, like if it actually kind of goes there, and like has those kids fucking around with him some more, that would be quite charming and fun. Like that would add a little bit of an edge to this very, very cozy show. Okay, yeah, sure, I'll watch another episode of that. I don't know if I'm gonna do a reaction to it. You can let me know in the comments whether you're curious, like whether you enjoy watching this along with me this way. Because it is definitely an anime with less to talk about and comment on than something like Dungeon Meshi, for sure. Because it's gonna be repetitive, like it's gonna be repeating a joke format over and over again, because it's a gag show. So who knows if there's enough to say to cover a reaction video, but if people would be curious about it, I'd be happy to do it. Otherwise, I'll just do it for myself, maybe, because recording these things help me pay attention to an anime when I'm watching it, not do something on a second fucking screen. And like, as for a low-budget anime, right? Like, this is an anime that clearly doesn't have a ton of money to work with. It's making real good use of its budget. Like, it's putting the effort where it needs to go, right? And like cutting all of the corners that it can reasonably cut, without detracting from what the story is actually trying to do, right? Is he giving us a poem as the preview? Oh, okay. Earth is formidable indeed. Yeah, sure, that's cute. I'll spend some more time with that at some point. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, good. I guess, yeah, I guess that's like good. That's good. If you haven't enjoyed it, why are you still here? Please turn it off and go do something that's better for you. Yeah, that's cute. That was about as good as I was expecting it to be. I guess now I'm gonna go watch an episode of Solo Leveling. Because, ostensibly, that anime is kind of vaguely anti-capitalist in a more sort of dark and direct way. Alright then, bye!